All right.
One thing I do say, I mean, I don't know if we can talk about this on camera or not, but
Well, we are.
Okay, but I do. Okay, we'll just go.
Hello.
Welcome to the Wild West Trail Apocalypse Podcast.
How's it going?
This is let's go. Let's introduce ourselves. I'm Joel.
All right.
Carmen.
Connor.
Summer. Yo.
And the governor of Idaho declared lockdown today.
Whoa, really?
No enforcement.
Wait, really?
Oh, but no, that just happened.
I didn't even get that yet.
Yeah,
Wow.
1:30.
So it's
You were
just
saving that for the
voluntary?
podcast.
I was saving that for the podcast.
Breaking news. This is breaking.
Breaking.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I don't know how he's going to keep people in Idaho in their house because, well, you know.
Well, we were out.
you know.
We were out this last weekend, and everywhere was full.
Every campground was full. That's
Yeah.
right.
Table Rock, same thing.
Table Rock was
Ton
full?
of people there.
Fuck.
Didn't you say there was a little city, Stanley? They said don't come out here.
Yeah,
it was worse than 4th of July weekend for them.
Yes,
Really?
Stanley said it was worse than 4th of July weekend.
Wow.
And everything snowed in. You can't even get to the lakes.
Just a bunch
So you
of
just had a
people.
Yeah, a bunch of people in Stanley.
Just a bunch of people.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, it sounds terrible. Oh my God. Yeah. Another big news on our radar screen.
Pretty good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Is the through hiking has been canceled. Appalachian Trail, Pacific Crest Trail, both.
Well, it's been thoroughly discouraged from the associations, but then but then people are self-canceling. They're just deciding to cancel,
for the good of mankind.
and they're so self-righteous. These through hikers.
They're morally superior. They're better people than we are. It seems. Smarter than us.
Oh, definitely.
It's like
Definitely.
yeah.
Well, you know who else thinks they're better than everyone?
But like you could through hike Idaho. I mean, you could through hike Idaho, and
Idaho.
it wouldn't be the same as doing California or the East Coast.
There are
because
no trail towns.
There's no trail towns. There's no people. You'll be so socially distant out. You won't see a person for a week if you go out there.
Yeah. So if if you're a pussy and you just didn't want to hike the trail and you need an excuse to do it, you know what? Stop watching this podcast. Go back to your mindless business. Netflix is great.
If they're gonna do this through hike though for Idaho,
Yeah.
and it takes them a week, what if they're like a new hiker?
Well, that's the thing,
So they're
and that's the thing about the through
Well, that's the
hikers.
thing.
The through
It'll
hikers
take
that do,
longer.
generally speaking, the through hikers that do the AT or the PCT. Look at what they're wearing. They're clean. They're so clean. They got the newest gear. You can smell the shampoo off of them. They're clean.
Yeah.
And those people, the people who are quitting, probably couldn't do the ICT.
They probably weren't gonna. They probably couldn't do the.
They weren't gonna make.
trail.
They weren't gonna make it all the way.
They probably wouldn't have finished the PCT or the AT. That's.
I will say I did see some high profile through hikers that did cancel because of their moral superiority.
Yeah, well, you can come on to our podcast if you're so morally superior. I don't think these guys have ever done the Idaho Centennial Trail.
No, they definitely haven't, and they won't. We've
won't.
we've straight up challenged a lot of these guys
And
to
you know
do
what,
it.
And you know what they said? They said, "Why would I hike a trail that no one's ever heard of?" I mean, that's the mentality that they
It's
have.
the perfect corona. It's the perfect thing to do in a
Doesn't make any
pandemic.
sense.
It's the perfect thing to do.
Yeah, if you really
No
want
one's
to.
heard of
No
it.
one's heard of it. No
I
one's
wanna go
out
there.
there. Let's go out there.
Let's go
Yeah.
out there. Let's
You
do
really
it.
want to hike? No, you didn't want to hike in the first
You're
place.
not a real hiker. Get the fuck out of here.
You wanted to practice your social distance while still possibly running into someone.
Ugh,
Right.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's the reason they're doing the AT or the PCT in the beginning, in the first place.
Right.
It's not. It's more to like kind of. It's kind of braggadocious. It's
Well,
almost
it's
like
more fun, and they're just trying to like say, "Oh, I did this."
yeah, it's ego.
Without
It's-
actually having to share how bad they did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's very ego driven. I think a
Yeah.
lot of that stuff is. It's just. I mean, that's what I see when I see a lot of these
Hey,
through hikers.
hey, I'm not disagreeing. Connor, what do you think as someone who's never been a hiker?
I mean, I can understand wanting to distance yourself. But yeah, like you guys said, Idaho's pretty remote, especially the more north you go, the less people there are.
Mm-hmm.
So if you, like, I've never seen it, obviously, because I just moved here 3
Right.
months ago.
You moved here 3 months ago, people. Welcome. Welcome.
But if it's as remote as you guys say it is, then I mean, it could probably be safer than quarantining in like LA, where if you need to go to the grocery store, it's going to be you and a million people trying to compete.
True. And to be fair, I mean, that's the concern on these through hikers. They don't want to get people sick. They don't want to go to these small trail towns. When they've been traveling, maybe they're carrying the corona.
They could have the corona.
They get to the small town and it's an older population and they don't get a lot of visitors. And all of a sudden they bring in this and they wipe out this small town. So that's their concern. Again, those concerns don't really mean much in Idaho Because there really aren't any. You're doing 10-day food carries, 11-day food carries. You can survive off just shipping boxes to the post offices and hitting a Walmart in a big town.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You know, to talk about survival, we went to Cabela's and they were like pretty much out of ammo.
Out of
when
ammo.
We were driving through these small towns in the middle of nowhere. They had ammo at their gas stations.
They're stocked up. They're stuck to the gills with ammunition.
Little gold mines over there. But like for these situations right now, a lot of people are thinking about survival and should have some nice home defense rifle.
Well,
right here.
we're definitely ready.
Yeah, you have to stay
survival.
prepared because, well, one, you gotta hunt meat, which is, well, the governor said you can only go outside for approved activities, necessary activities. I think was the language they used.
Yeah.
One of those necessary activities are outdoor activities
And hunting's
and
definitely
and grocery shopping. So hunting, like it's almost like a 2-for-1 type of situation. You're getting groceries, you're outside, you're self-isolating. 1, 2, 3 punch.
Maybe
kind
you're
of knockout
maybe you're culling
situation.
wolves as well. Maybe you're taking away some predator.
Yeah, maybe doing some depredation
Seven
hunting.
deadly
Yeah.
sins.
Some little depredation. Here in Idaho, we do a lot of depredation hunting. And in fact, people that don't support wolf hunting, you have to pay for it anyway. So not only are you buying a hunting license, you're already taxing yourself to hunt. Now you have to pay a tax on top of the tax for a depredation fee so they can buy a helicopter, go out there and gun these wolves down from helicopters. So, I mean, what do people want? They don't want to hunt the wolves, but now we're helicopter shooting them. It's terrible. Just let us hunt them. We can use it.
Yeah.
So anyway, these thru hikers that aren't hiking anymore. Okay, one, if you really want to hike, you're gonna come out to Idaho. You're gonna do it. If you don't want to hike, you're not gonna come out here, and I don't want to hear you bitching about it anymore because there's opportunities out there.
Yes.
You know what? You want to come to Idaho? Go up to fucking Alaska, hit the Brooks Range. No one's gonna fucking stop you.
Right.
But you don't want to hike, do
Right.
you? You just want to fucking party and do drugs with your fucking homeless friends. So fuck that shit.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I'm actually glad they're all canceled. I'm glad they're ruining their whole year.
summer's ruined. What? You're still unemployed. It's not like anything's changed.
Right. Actually, it's better now than it was. You're gonna get unemployment now.
Yeah. Now you can get paid to hike. You fucking idiot. Oh, yeah.
They may have quit right before that went in.
Yeah.
So they don't get the unemployment, which well sucks. But
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a personal problem. Yeah.
all right, we beat this horse.
Well, okay.
So-
Well, we're talking about bug out survival.
Okay, yeah.
Someone brought it up. We got ammunition. We got a rifle here, obviously, for hunting.
Want a drink?
We got a couple different ammunitions here. This is a soft top. It doesn't have as much of a point as this hollow point here, and so this hollow point is what I'm going to be hunting bears with here in the first week of April, and this soft point is what I was shooting before. It's a lot heavier bullet. It doesn't go as far, and so now I'm just kind of holding on to this for self defense. But it's still going to go. It's going to go way too far. I prefer to have a handgun, but what are you going to do? Got a rifle. I'll still put down an intruder.
Yeah. Especially if it was a wolf intruding.
If it was a wolf intruding, like that's a pelt right there, people. Yeah. Let's see, we got tags here from the state, Idaho Fish and Game. Let's see, we got gray wolf tag, and of course you got to have a proxy statement. Now, proxy statement's very important because that allows other people to carry your meat for you.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, so now not only can I carry gray wolf out, Carmen can help carry out the other part of it. He's got the proxy statement on him. It's legal. It's
that
all
wolf
good.
Meat, that quality wolf meat.
That quality wolf meats. And then we got the black bear and the proxy. Now, black bear meat's gonna be better than wolf meat, so I'm excited to try that.
Yeah.
We haven't. No,
they say it's greasy.
To be honest with everybody, I haven't really shot anything, so we're gonna figure it out.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. God damn it.
Have you seen anything?
I've seen wolves, not when I was hunting them, and I've seen bears. I've been charged twice now in this state by bears. They're out there. They're aggressive. So I'm hoping to just use myself for bait in April. Just put myself out there because I seem to be doing a pretty good job of attracting them anyway. And then I'll just sit there and just shoot them.
Oh man.
Right.
Glad we got those walkie-talkies.
Yes, and we got walkie-talkies.
And I think those actually are an important thing to have in a bug out survival bag.
Communication with the people that you trust.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be really good. But you guys made a video about your bug out bag.
We did. You actually you can actually click.
There's a link. There's a link
right up.
Right.
Oh,
well, we're gonna put it.
It'll be somewhere. We'll put a link.
We'll have a link to watch it. It's
the
funny.
latest vlog. Yeah.
It's you can tell we actually built a studio at our house.
Yeah.
Now that we're all unemployed,
And for the record, I actually hate podcasts. I don't hate them. They're fine.
I like to watch
I
them.
think they're okay.
I think they're pretentious. I don't know who does it.
a little
it's like a circle
a
jerk.
little masturbatory.
Yes.
A little masturbatory.
Yes.
And to be honest with you, like an hour-long podcast is a long time, dude.
No one gives
I mean,
a
you
shit.
put it on. Maybe you put it on while you're cooking.
An hour long?
I mean, yeah. We're gonna go for an
That's
hour.
impressive.
We're kind of running out of stuff already. you
I
know?
mean, we just gotta drink more whiskey.
We just gotta drink more
I mean,
whiskey.
it's us. Literally, everybody in the world's making a podcast. So what
Right.
are we? Oh, we're gonna not make a podcast?
I guess
now?
we should. We have the studio.
We have a studio
Yeah.
now. We have
Yeah.
a following. We have over 400 YouTube subscribers. I mean,
442.
wow.
Maybe
Who's counting?
443 after they watch
Hey,
this.
hey,
444.
subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Let
Please
them all
subscribe
know
to this,
that
guys.
you're cool enough to watch the Wild West Trail podcast.
Cool enough to carry a Trailblazer
Oh.
with you
Product placement.
when you
right
go
here.
hiking.
So we have our own proprietary silicone smoking pipe for tobacco use only. You fucking drug addicts, just fucking put tobacco in it, please. But buy it from us.
Definitely buy it. And we're not asking for money. These people are like, oh, can you donate? Can you give us this? We don't want you to give us anything.
We're not
we wanna,
looking for a
we want to have a trend. We don't want to hand out.
Look, we invented our own packaging. We created. This is original packaging. You know, we source these pipes. Everything is original.
The
Look at
map
this.
is to scale. You can actually, true story. You could be lost in the woods,
Yeah.
and you literally could open this box up, and
Yeah.
you have a map.
You have a map of the Wild West Trail. Now, the map's not very helpful because the scale's so large. If you're in an airplane, it could be very helpful.
Yeah,
But it's cool. You can brag
you can
about it.
extrapolate this. If you're
Yeah.
lost in the woods, and you
Every
found this,
wilderness area is on this map.
you kind of know where you're at.
And it comes. You get a little sticker here. You can tell all your friends that you support the
Tag
WWT.
people,
You
put
can
it
hashtag
on stuff, stop signs,
Yeah.
other people's cars.
Yeah. Just let them know that you're cool and that they suck. So.
Yeah.
You
so
could
it's
put it
not-
on a helmet like I did. Show my helmet.
Oh.
Whoa! But she's
I
walking
got
off
the-
screen.
I got the WWT.
See now, people. Now, if you
That's
really
a nice
want to be
helmet.
cool,
This is like a safe looking helmet.
this is a safe
This will
motorcycle.
save
That's
you.
Snell approved.
Yeah. This is a Snell approved motorcycle helmet. No, you can check out the WWT
You will
hashtag
not
right
get
here.
hurt in that helmet.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah.
interrupt.
No, he's asking.
What is Snell? Snell?
Snell.
What is that? What is Snell?
Okay,
approved?
so with motorcycle helmets, you have DOT approved, Department of Transportation approved safety. It's a rudimentary safety test. It's going to stop you from getting a concussion potentially when you crash the helmet. Now, Snell approved is a non-profit organization created by some billionaire who lost his son in a motorcycle accident. And
Wow.
his safety standards are a lot more
Really?
a lot more rigid
Oh.
than the DOT.
I didn't know that.
It's industry. Sorry.
There's all industry. Well, you pay the extra money for the Snell approved helmets. The thing about Snell approved helmets is they all kind of look exactly like this.
All right, so real quick, I just want to. This is a great example of something. So people always say, well, if the government wasn't around to regulate, who would regulate?
Right? Who's going to
Industry
regulate?
industry has a higher standard than the government standard.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
like
It's the free
the
market at
standard
work.
is. I would make an argument that because we have the federal standards, we go, oh, they'll take care of it, and so we don't even really look into it. It's not even that safe. And then so we don't actually do our own due diligence.
Right.
If they weren't there to regulate, this is just an argument here. Then we'd have billionaires like this, job creators, creating safer products.
Keeping people alive.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's just maybe a stretch, but that's my pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, this one
That's
is
not
fit
going
on
to
me.
fit on your
It
head.
won't fit
Oh,
on
shit.
you.
That's not going to fit
It's
It's
on
fit
your
made
for
just
me.
for your head.
It's fit for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
All
Yeah.
right. Cool.
Yeah, this.
I talked them down
These gloves won't fit
$30.
either,
So you talked about $30.
Impressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
$30.
Everything
And it
is
was their
negotiable.
only helmet that was Snell approved.
That's
The only
awesome.
one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty badass.
So Connor, with the coronavirus situation happening, the rumor is you can cure it with whiskey and oranges.
We also should.
Have you heard this rumor?
I have not, except for when I came over.
Yeah, we actually just started that rumor on this podcast, but we wanted to go viral. So
Yeah.
just whiskey and oranges, people. It's a good little mix.
It's
Yeah,
your
we
emergency.
actually should mention that word because they are demonetized. They are.
Oh, they're demonetized.
They're pushing people. They're pushing these.
true.
So if this video doesn't get shown to people, it's because of that. I think.
Fuck.
And not because it's not.
Just cut it out.
Not because it's not interesting.
Not because it's not interesting. People don't like us. It's obviously someone else's fault.
But yeah, I think if we
Yeah.
mention we'll just call it the event,
the events,
CO.
the event or the virus
CO.
who shall not be named,
COVID-19.
the Chinese
the Wuhan
flu,
the flu.
the flu. I think you could say
We could say the flu.
the flu, the panic, the kung flu,
You couldn't say the virus?
Panacopolis.
the apocalypse. We
Oh,
could say.
man.
You could probably say that.
We can
Oh,
say
yeah,
we
fuck
can-
it.
we can call it.
Yeah.
We can say quarantine. We can say quarantine. I think.
The quarantine, the 2020 quarantine.
It is a
Yeah.
2020 quarantine.
I mean,
It's true.
yeah. Okay, so we hit bug out survival, hunting and fishing. So with the hunting and fishing people, you got to do it. If you don't know how to do it, you're fucked. I don't know what else to tell you.
You're talking about in events like this.
In events like this, you're fucked. What are you gonna do? You're gonna rely on what?
Other people.
What the FEMA? You're gonna go to a FEMA camp?
Supply chains. They're gonna rely on supply chains.
You want to go to a FEMA camp? Really? You're looking around at the people you care about, and you think, you know what? You know what's gonna take better care of my family than I am? FEMA camp.
You know that there's another
Sure.
example of FEMA camps in our country. The Japanese internment camps.
Oh.
You know, we
Wow.
had 100,000. Yeah, I went there.
Yeah.
I went there. 100,000 Americans. Now, but the difference this time, they're gonna be trying to get into the camps for the food.
People are gonna be begging.
Let us in. Let us in.
You have to trade your gun for a FEMA camp. Opportunity.
Oh, you can come in, but we need all your weapons. It's like
Yeah.
you see in a
De-arm
movie.
yourself.
De-arm yourself. Take all your knives off you. Your boot knife. The knife in your back. The big swinging.
You don't even need a bow and arrow. You don't need that here.
No
We have
weapons
plenty
allowed.
of food.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
That's what it is.
But we have weapons. But it's to protect you, right? Yeah.
Sounds like a prison.
So anyway, if that's what you want, then yeah, don't be self-reliant. Rely on the supply chain.
There's food in prison. There is food in
There is
prison.
food in prison.
Food in prison.
And I watched this old movie years ago from Jimmy Stewart, the guy who was in It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Great
It's
movie.
actually I think it's the Grapes of Wrath movie.
Oh.
And there's a scene.
wow.
There's a scene in it where there's like an old timer, and he's a bum. He's a hobo because everyone was out of work, like us. And and this guy was like,
now,
and he committed a really stupid little crime. And they're like, no, don't do that. He's like, no, it's okay, it's okay. He did it on purpose so he can get arrested, so he could go to jail and get 3 square meals a day.
Oh wow.
So that's kind of...
I think that's why a lot of these people who are constantly getting institutionalized like that are doing that, is because it's such a stressor for them to just get food for themselves. Because mainly they operate through like drug sales, but once that falls through, they literally have nothing. And I mean, this is how my friend Mongwe, she's from Zambia, she wasn't able to get housing for 6 months in Seattle. She was homeless. And I helped her as much as I could until I was like, I am leaving Seattle.
Right.
Like, this is crazy down
Right.
over here.
Right.
So many people struggling, and there are a lot of crimes committed all the time.
Now, the difference between Seattle and Boise, Idaho, what are the biggest differences?
Well, there's water-powered energy here.
Oh. How do they make their electricity out there?
I think that they just have it off a grid system. They
Coal,
have a lot of...
nuclear?
They have a lot of... I remember a lot of sustainability farms where they would collect sunlight, but honestly, there's not much sun out there.
Right.
So then they try to utilize
Wind?
wind. There are a few wind turbines, but not very many, and they're not very large.
You're saying our air is cleaner, though?
So, the air felt very fresh where I was living, but I was literally like 12 minutes away from the water. So.
Oh, wow. So the ocean's
Yeah.
so good.
I always had fresh air.
What about the needles?
The needles were really bad, actually.
Were there needles? Because there are no needles in Boise. Little kids, bare feet in the fountains here.
I would
I
go
eat
for
off the ground,
runs, and I would
personally.
get needles stuck in my shoes.
Oh my
I got
God.
really grossed out, so I didn't like it.
But the truth is, Idaho does suck, and you should not move here.
There's nothing here. Nazis and potatoes,
No,
people.
it's terrible. It's a terrible place to live. And we're all scared of...
And we all have way too many guns, and we're all gonna just kill each other.
Yeah.
Because,
We're out of the houses. We don't have any more houses.
There's no more houses.
No, there's no housing.
There's nothing.
There's no job. There's definitely no job.
There's a lockdown. There's a quarantine
28
happening.
days later.
The government's not going to take care of you out here. Yeah, it's bad. You don't want to be out here.
And yet, well, Oregon and parts of California are saying
That's
they
right.
want to be governed by Idaho.
That's right. The Greater Idaho Movement.
Greater Idaho
You heard it here
Movement.
first, people. The Greater Idaho Movement. Counties in Oregon, not including the Portland metro area, all want to escape. They don't want to be part of Oregon anymore. They want to be part of Idaho. There's legal precedent for moving county borders between states. We're not talking about secession. We're not talking about new states. We're talking about giving Idaho a coastline and potentially bringing parts of Northern California into that that bastion of freedom.
We're talking
I like
about
that.
redistricting.
A
essentially.
redistricting.
A
Yeah.
redistricting.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
It's very non-violent, very political.
Very political.
Very political,
No violence.
yes.
We don't want that. We
And
also
you have to win hearts and minds.
Yes.
You have to win hearts and minds, and people will want this. They'll clamor for it.
People are clamoring to be part of Idaho. You know, I think it's a great idea. I would love to be able to steelhead fish on the shores of the Pacific Ocean and maybe go down to Mendocino County. Or, not Mendocino County.
Is that in California?
Yeah.
Orange County. Yes,
Orange County. It's like,
let's
wait,
go to
that's
LA.
yeah,
Let's fish off of LA.
How about Northern California? The counties, the Emerald Triangle I'm talking about here.
Oh yeah.
Emerald Triangle.
Yeah.
So you know they tried to do that before, actually, though, right?
No, I didn't
You
know
can look
this.
this up because I know some people are gonna tell me I'm talking nonsense.
You're
They
talking about
tried to do it
Jefferson.
before. They've tried to make the whole greater Idaho area. Didn't work.
Why didn't it work? What failed?
I don't remember what failed through. I briefly saw it, but
they're still working on it.
Something they've tried to do it before, but it didn't work out. I think it was just how do you do something of that massive of a scale?
Yeah.
I mean, this was
So this is a
50,
wrong
60 years
money.
ago.
Well, the only way you
Long
do
running.
it, the conditions have to be right. So it's like
Maybe a global pandemic, for example.
something like, for example,
Yeah.
like that. People start losing confidence in the federal government, which is like 3,000 miles away, and they're like, you know what are they doing for us?
What are
Yeah.
they doing for us, by the way?
Well, they're
Shutting
debating.
everything down.
I haven't got any stimulus. All they did was shut down my job and make me unemployed.
Yeah.
I'm not getting sick. I don't see any coronavirus.
I don't
Yeah.
know anyone that is sick.
That's true.
I don't know anyone that is.
Okay, there was a girl on Tinder. Her classmate got it, so
Oh.
I through her. I never met her in
my
person.
classmate totally had it. She's probably
Yeah.
just talking shit, so she has
Yeah.
something to say.
No, they all got quarantined. They had to all talk to an epidemiologist.
Epidemiologist.
Yeah.
It's a big word, people.
and a doctor a scientist of epidemics.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
epidemiologist.
So, there's a career
Bring
field,
in the
children.
epidemiologist.
Yeah, you should start studying that because you will not be out of a job in situations like
Epidemiologist.
this.
Yeah, that's the future.
Yeah.
How would you know to even take
I'm in
on a
epidemiology.
position like that?
You gotta be smart. Yeah, you gotta be smart.
All the kids now,
Kids.
all the kids who are watching
Epidemiologist.
epidemiology.
Yeah, get into it.
Study epidemics. The Spanish flu, the Chinese flu, the Wuhan, whatever.
Whatever the fuck.
Spanish flu though, that's also a Chinese flu apparently.
Yeah, the Black Plague comes from China too.
Black Plague going back to Romans.
It's
Yeah.
all from the Communist Party.
Oh, it's the CPP.
Well, it predates communism. It predates that.
I still think it's from the Communist Party today.
Yeah.
Oh,
Modern
this one?
biological
Well, how did it-
warfare is coming straight from their party.
Well,
today.
right. How did it get out of China? They sent people on airplanes they knew were infected to America.
Like
they
people in
obviously.
China spitting
Well,
and licking on
that's
things
that's an
to
ancient
spread
thing
it.
too.
Yeah.
There was this movie, The Physician, on Netflix, where they used the bubonic plague. One of the warlords sends in a guy with bubonic plague into the town to spread it. I mean, this is what they would do too in ancient times, in Roman times. They would take heads and they would take bodies, rotting bodies, and they would fling them over the walls.
Right.
Yeah.
This is ancient shit.
And they sent them on an airplane.
Well,
They got us all sick.
we don't know that. We don't really. I am reluctant to say that it was intentional. I do think it came out of personally. I think it was man-made. I think it came out of a lab. I think it was an accident. I do think it was an accident.
You think it was an accident?
Yeah, I think
That they wanted to cover it up the entire
Well, no,
time?
the
That
cover up.
wasn't
No,
really
the
going
cover up
on?
was intentional. I think it got out. This is what I think. This is my working theory. It got
Okay.
out, and they tried to suppress it. They tried to cover it up, sweep it under the rug, and
Why?
then it got out because because that's their nature. That's the nature. But that's
Why?
Whose nature?
That's the
Whose
nature. But that's the
nature?
nature of government.
The nature of...
That's the nature of government in general.
What kind of government?
All government. Especially,
sounds like
it's
a
particularly, I think,
tyrannical.
with tyrannical dictatorship, communist type regimes. Yes, it's more pronounced. But let's not be under illusions. Our government lies. All governments lie.
Yeah,
They have
that's
to.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
But yeah, in any case,
But our country, just to say, is not putting Muslims in concentration camps
Well, that's
and
true.
harvesting their organs. We talked about this the other day.
That's true. We love our Muslims, and we want them to be free
very
and to
true.
practice the American style of life.
very true. 100% agree with you. But in the past, our government has done experimentations on populations. Bill Clinton made an apology for,
Yeah.
as recently as Bill Clinton, where they literally apologized and set up a fund to pay back the people and the descendants of the people who we did these tests on.
Yeah.
They were injecting them with, I think tuberculosis and they were doing
That's
they
some
were
Nazi
spraying.
Yeah, it's
they were
Nazi
spraying.
shit.
This all came out.
Yeah.
They were spraying
This is because
cities.
they took in some Nazis after that
We
war.
did.
Well, they got us to the
Operation
moon.
Paperclip.
They got us
Yeah.
to the moon.
Yeah.
Werner von Braun. They got us to the moon.
Well, we took the rocket technology.
Yeah.
They were
You win some,
very
you lose some.
crazy, but they were also very intellectual. I mean, that's huge advance.
Well, that's why they lost. They're hubris.
They're engineering. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why they lost.
They thought they couldn't lose, and that's why they lost.
Yeah.
Nazis.
Nazis.
How long does it take for a conversation to talk about Nazis?
They all came to Idaho.
It takes about this long. Look at the. That's how long it takes.
No, shout out to that guy. He figured it out. I don't remember his name right now. But
Yeah, there's a rule, right? It's like Rule 31.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's like the longer conversation goes on, the likelihood of
Getting into
a
Nazis.
reference to Nazis becomes like 100%.
Wow, that's
Really?
actually
That's a
insane.
good thing?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Well, it did
It's studied.
happen.
Yeah, it happened. we don't. In our defense, we talk about going to the moon. That's how we got to Nazis because they have a
Yeah.
secret moon base.
On the dark side of the moon.
No, there's one in Antarctica too.
There's one.
I've heard that too.
Well, the one in Antarctica, I think there was something to that one because they were finding U-boats. They were fighting the British down in Antarctica. Look it up.
Wait, what?
We have secret bases in Antarctica. Now, Graham Hancock. If you don't know who Graham Hancock is, he's all about ancient civilizations, and they found something in Antarctica, and they won't let anyone down there.
But what makes you say they found something? Like was there ever an event? What was the turning point in behavior of? Because what do you mean they won't let people go down there?
People go down.
And there was that guy who just did the guy with all the controversy with National Geographic, where he actually did go across. They tried to downplay it.
They did try to downplay it, which is fucked up. That dude's a badass.
That guy's a huge.
Yeah, that guy would hike the Idaho Centennial Trail. I don't think he doesn't even need to though.
He doesn't need to. He has nothing to prove.
He'd be like, that's pussy shit.
Yeah,
that's
I just did Antarctica.
Yeah, that's fair.
That guy was a real, and he was on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I recommend that.
We'll get him on this. We'll get him on this
one.
Yeah.
He's coming next week.
Yeah, he's our next guest. No, there's something down there. There's a reason why we have all these scientific facilities down there. And I don't think it's anything that crazy. I think all it is, they found remnants of ancient civilization that existed before the Younger Dryas impact, and they don't really know what to do with it.
Isn't the ice sheet down there like a mile thick or something?
Yes.
So when they went a mile down, found something.
I'm thinking there's ice caves underneath the ice sheets. Like
ice caves.
There's ice caves.
No, but that would. But the timeline would be different on ice caves, right?
Yes.
So more of a recent time.
More of a very, very recent time, almost like they're caves because maybe the ice is growing over something. I don't really know. I've never been down there.
You think there were humans living in ice caves down there?
No, I don't think there were ever humans living in ice caves. I think the Younger Dryas impact happened, changed the climate, iced over Antarctica, and I think it preserved some ancient civilization buildings down there.
Interesting theory.
Interesting theory.
It's an interesting theory with almost no evidence behind it.
Other people say
Throw it out there.
Other people say that there's an alien craft or an alien alien down there.
I don't think aliens have ever visited planet Earth. I think it all has to do with. I think our civilization is a lot more fragile than we like to let on.
Well, I agree with that, but I also disagree. I think aliens have visited, but that's just another thing.
I mean,
they visit all the time. We might have one of us might be one. Who knows?
Aliens. Hold on. Pause that thought. I want to make sure this camera's still going.
Okay.
This is getting good. Here it is. Cool.
Yeah.
No, so you think aliens have they're still visiting us?
Dude, look at the cattle mutilations.
The cattle mutilations.
How do you explain the cattle mutilations?
Eastern Oregon cattle mutilations.
Are you familiar with the cattle mutilations?
Yes, people are fucked up. Like, they've done way worse to like humans.
Fair, sure. However, there are a number of anomalies with these cattle mutilations.
Yeah, we do have to remember humans would do weird shit like that.
Humans do weird shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Look, to be honest, like, if you choose the serial killer route, yes, you can kill somebody, but man, like, that's all in at that point. That's it. Or you can just go to like the rural nowhere where there's like 3 cows for every 1 person. And just like do weird stuff to a cow, and way less risk. Back when that happened too, it wasn't a federal crime yet, so it could just be like they give you a ticket for killing me.
Actually, they happen all the time. They happened most recently about just from last September in Oregon, which is our neighboring state. But I see your point,
Eastern Oregon.
But let me just put
soon to be greater Idaho.
And to be fair, a lot of times when the locals see this, they go, "It's Satanists. It's creepy individuals, devil worshippers." They often say
the devil worshippers.
Well, these are rural individuals and they're Christian, Bible believing, which I respect these individuals. And they're like, "Oh, well, it's Satanists," which is a reasonable thing. It's much more reasonable than saying it's aliens. However, I think it's aliens because A, I want it to be, but B, there's a number of anomalies that happen with these first of all these cows that have been mutilated, these cattle. And it goes back over 100 years. There's late 1800s. People are saying this, and there are a number of distinct features that happen on all these things. Oftentimes they've been completely drained of blood. There's no blood in this animal.
Drained.
There's laser cuts. Like as if it was cut with a laser. Parts of their face are missing, maybe an eye, maybe the tongue, and also their sex organs are it's cut like with a laser, not with a knife. You can tell the difference. So their sex organs are taken, their facial organs.
Well, what's the theory behind taking their sexual organs and eyes?
I think, well, how deep you want to go.
All right, yeah. The aliens are cut by lasers.
You know what? Just forget it.
We're not gonna talk about aliens anymore.
Yeah, we're done. It's
done.
getting late. But honestly, real quick, I just want to say thank you for joining us today. I mean, you took time out of your day to spend it with us, hanging out.
We appreciate it.
That's important.
Good time.
That's important to us. If you like the content, please share it. Please subscribe. Please support the channel. We have plenty of digital products. We got smoking pipes. We got a little this. We got a little that. Whatever
Forget
you're
about
into,
it, right?
forget about it. You know. But seriously, thanks for joining us. And honestly, stay safe. Stay safe.
Think for yourself. Self-reliance. Don't go into a FEMA camp.
Yeah, no, seriously.
But for real.
That's good advice. But
Yeah.
but seriously though.
But seriously, fend for yourself.